Yes, I'm recording. Mike. Okay.
Allez, Kassalam.
Hey,
Hi.
good morning
Good morning.
and bom dia.
Bem-vindo, obrigado.
There's probably some other languages here, but at least I know with Wagner. Oh, we lost someone. There we go. Yeah, there's got to be multiple languages here. Sorry, just a moment. What other languages do we have represented here?
English.
English, Portuguese. Anyone? Anything else?
Me, French.
French, awesome.
Turkish man.
Turkish? Oh, cool. And JP? No, JP's having trouble. Let's try. I'll chat him when he gets back. All right. Shall we do introductions first? Who wants to go first? Actually, let's
Hi.
go.
I can.
Hi, company.
JP, can you hear us now? JP? Fingers crossed, JP. Uh-oh. JP, if you can, yeah, I was in the initial meeting, everything was working.
He's on the chat.
Okay, we see you now. On the top right of the microphone button, there's an up arrow that'll allow you to select your microphone in case that's wrong. Man, in 2021, you'd think we'd have some basic video technology nailed down and on the web. There's always some problem. All right, well, let's kick off because we have limited time and I don't know. Anything? Okay, we'll give we'll kick it off, and I think I'm going to have to I don't know should do it, everyone. All right. All right. Recep, is that how you say your name?
Recep.
Recep, you go ahead.
I'm Recep. Maybe you have heard about EOS, please. Yeah. We are aiming to project. Yeah, this project aiming to promote EOS and fighting FAT. You know, there's so much FAT about EOS, and also we aiming translate EOS content for all languages. Already we have 10 hives for 10 language for now. If we are funding, this will be growing. We need EOS need to promote it. That's all.
Sounds good. All right, thank you, Recep. Who's next?
For present project. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I have I am aware of a project for EOS French community and other language French community francophone. We work now about translate in French on the More Equal Animal, the Dan Larimer's book. And we have soon a tutorial video YouTube for our French community. And what? Okay. And and we have other project for the future for bring the EOS infrastructure on other pays, other country, French country like Congo ou other. It's all.
All right, awesome.
Can I ask a question for the career?
Oui. Yes.
We are also have a French hive in EOS, please. Do you hear it?
Yes, we have a French hive EOS.
Yeah, we are also claiming all EOS contact to other languages, include French. We are working for this same time.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Maybe just
All right, good. JP, are you live? Nope. Okay, Wagner, you want to go next?
Hello, I'm Brazilian with Ryukyuan ancestry. Ryukyu actually is Okinawa in Japan. And my grandparents came from there. And I work with advertising, digital marketing, social media. And my intention is to experiment live this idea of the fractal democracy, and we are starting now. And to help with my skills, I think I'm not a programmer, developer, but I think I can help with social media, blogging, reporting, or just to build the knowledge base, to help to build the knowledge base. I don't know if I can contribute to the Notion wiki that actually exists. And so it will, I think this knowledge base would help the projects that are ongoing in the beginning of the community. I have an idea, but I prefer to talk. It's not a project, and I prefer to talk after, if we have time.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, I'm Mike Manfredi. I work at Clarion, and we are here in this election to bubble up the best people and projects. We're also Eden members, obviously. So those of us who are participating and not doing technical support are here mainly to hear the ideas, experience the process, and to the degree that we're trusted members, we want to get into the second level so that we can evaluate the projects that are going into the chief delegates. I think most of this was said in the pre-meeting, but just for anyone who hasn't been there, but does everybody know who Clarion is and what EdenOS is? Everybody clear about that, or should I say a little bit about that?
I think it would be good to listen about this difference.
Okay, so well, Clarion I'm just referring to as the company, but EdenOS is the portal that we're building, the contract and the portal that runs the election. So that's Clarionos is the company that built EdenOS. So that's the company I work for. And I'm interested in participating and getting feedback on what we do and sharing that feedback. I have two questions I'm bringing today that I think are really relevant to anyone we bubble up. How are we providing value to the ecosystem? because the ecosystem is funding us right now, right? Inflation from BPs is paying for the network foundation, and the foundation is funding Eden. So benefiting the ecosystem, I think, is a critical first thing. And the other thing I think we really need to do is benefit Eden members in that order, right? I think we're here for the ecosystem, but as Dan started to talk about, the members should benefit as well. We should have benefits to being a member. So I think anything we consider in this group should consider those two things.
I can say something about this.
I want to see if JP, are you online yet?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you guys hear me?
We can. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, finally. Sorry about that. That was strange.
No problem.
Hey everyone, my name's JP. I was introduced to EOS in 2017, but I haven't really directly been involved until I started managing the IT infrastructure for EOS Detroit, a block producer in the city that I live in. And yeah, that's basically it.
Cool. Do you want to say anything about, are you running or are you just here to vote?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to talk about make your short pitch?
Yeah. So in my time within the space, I've had a few concerns, but I think the most important thing that I've noticed so far is there seems to be a lack of education and documentation, which I personally think is a huge issue, because I believe that adoption is key. The best tech doesn't necessarily win. And being within that block producer space, in that realm, we have advantages because we're directly plugged into these communities and these specific channels where there's a lot of smart people, a lot of technical people that are working with EOS.io daily. That's what they do. The layperson, the average person's coming into the space isn't going to have those resources at their disposal, those connections. On top of onboarding being difficult, the technology itself doesn't lend itself itself well to an elevator pitch, which is why I really want to focus on education and ease of access. And that's why I'd like to utilize funds to run boot camps and provide education workshops that could be anything from EOS.io security-minded DevOps, from anyone who's interested in supporting the infrastructure, to anything like smart contract development. And I'd really like to fund the development of more open source projects. Personally, I'd fund a project that I have been working on but haven't been able to dedicate enough time to, called Node Suite, which allows people, which is a collection of Ansible playbooks, which allow people who haven't been in the space. It essentially simplifies the process of actually deploying and configuring and managing EOS.io.
So JP, I have a question for you. I completely agree. The developer experience needs to be addressed, right? It's something we're beginning to work on at Clarianos. Contract pays is a specific one we're working on right now that would, make apps so much more usable, because you don't have the fee issue. You don't run out of CPU, right? That's going to be a huge issue to solve for usability. But the dev experience, right? I'm an engineer, and I know compared to other systems out there and other ecosystems, the education and just the ease of development and the tool set is weak. The thing that comes to mind though, as you're talking about stuff, is we have a tiny budget, right? I mean, relatively speaking, right? We have a huge treasury that will be a relatively small amount of money. So do you have a specific thing you think you can concentrate that money on to make a win in the next few months that would, you know, show the ecosystem and the community that we're moving stuff forward?
Well, with the budget is pretty small. So depending on the amount actually allocated, I think it would be possible to make an impact focusing more so on open source projects, even if that is being able to hire a contractor or engineer for you know a few hours on a particular project. As far as the workshops go, I have been working with a nonprofit that's nationwide that likes the idea that I've been pitching to actually offer blockchain course material workshops. You know, we haven't discussed moving beyond the state that I'm in, Michigan, but they do have a presence nationally, and I hope to move forward with that. But
Okay.
I couldn't say that would be. I couldn't make any promises on that happening soon, because that's, you know, quite a bit of work and
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Anybody else have questions for anyone?
Can I something about EOS ecosystem? EOS B plan is, I think, support EOS ecosystem also, because when we make a member for B, we want from them open an EOS account. So they're opening EOS accounts and naturally interested in the EOS ecosystem. They're asking us about projects. Also, we are educating people about EOS. You know, they are nothing now about EOS. They are just reading patents. I think we have this function also. We directed people to EOS ecosystem naturally, because they have EOS account, EOS wallets.
What if I could ask a question? I love bees. You guys are doing an amazing job getting people on board worldwide. One thing I'm thinking about, kind of to JP's point, is we need apps, right? We need something for people to
Yes,
come to, right?
we need apps, but also we need promoting this. If nobody know this technology,
right? But if they come and there's not much for them to do, right? I see that as it, right? That's why
both promoting and both technology. I think it's a sort of connecting each other.
So what does Bees propose for the ecosystem to build apps and I don't know if developer resources is any part of that. How do we build an ecosystem that's going to be lively and something that people not only get the account and be educated, but also have something to come to?
They are side of promoting, you know, and marketing. This is also necessary for everyone. Every product has to be marketing. We are this side, translating, promoting, educating people. US that yes, we should we will improve that.
I'm sorry, I don't think I understood
Did
it.
you ask about depths? We go
Dapps, yeah.
like I
Right,
said,
like because once they come, they need something to do, and we're not the DeFi chain yet, and we have
Yeah.
some games, but what's going to bring the apps that people want to come for, right? People go, why are people using Ethereum? They come for DeFi. That's the use case, right? And so for EOS, I don't think we really have that yet. And so one of the things I'd really like to see happen that I'm going to be asking people about today is how do we build that ecosystem? I'm going to be looking for the best ideas of how do we build that ecosystem. But like I said, we need to market. You guys are awesome at that. Like it's
but,
been amazing to watch. But I want to
uh,
make sure the ecosystem is growing somehow.
think about Avalanche or Solana. I don't think they're not better than EOS,
Hmm.
but they're pumping. People
Well,
love them.
yeah,
Right? Sometimes technology is not everything. It's promoting, marketing.
for
And
a while, but you need
for
something
a while,
underneath it at some point.
you're also improving the apps.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wagner?
but I think promoting is very important in this case because uh, if we have investors, improving applications is easier, I think.
Yeah. Wagner's got his hand up. You want to say
I have
something?
a question for Recep. And in your experience promoting EOS, what do you think is the main barrier, the most thing that stop people to come to get in the EOS?
I totally I can understand. Why
In your
why
experience,
why what we saying people for EOS? US
is the main barrier, the main difficult do you think the people have to get in the EOS in with your experience promoting it?
people generally thinks about EOS is that actually, for example, in Turkey, there's huge cryptocurrency market because high inflation, people want to take cryptocurrencies, but they don't know anything about EOS. It has ecosystem, it has great technology, democracy, right? We promoting people for this. Also, we are talking about Balish, the other Google block for this process. We use this for promoting, but generally we educating for EOS ecosystem for them. Yeah, we talking about EOS, its technology, its content. People don't know about the EOS. Price action is lower, for a while. People think about EOS bad things, right? EOS has a bad reputation. You see Coin Telegraph latest news about EOS.
Well,
Did you
it's
see?
certainly got
Yeah,
its
yeah,
reputation, and
yeah.
that's
For example,
why we've already gone through the hype phase. That's my
yes, yes.
concern about the approach. We've already gone through that hype phase, and if
For
we try
example,
a second
yes,
hype phase and we haven't built the infrastructure, we're not paving that way to bring apps, right? We need to bring apps and make that easy. I
yes,
don't see market, like I said, marketing is important, but we need to have something for them to come to. A lot of the other projects, what I find as I talk to people, there's a lot of other projects that are doing the hype thing and people are on board, but you need, in the end, you need to have something that people came for. It can't just be hype. And I think with all the negative sentiment that has been out there in the past about EOS, we really need to build stuff. We need to fix a couple problems, make things easy, and have an explosion of apps. What JP's talking about, make the nodes easier to operate, make the apps better and easier to write. these are the things that, you know, I guess I also relate to it as there's so many people out there who are excited about EOS that marketing, I feel like marketing can happen anytime. Not that good marketing, like strategic marketing, is a different story, right? But I think we need something for people to come to. A second round of hype I don't get.
Like
I've
I
heard
said, it's connected.
I've heard about the EOP, the social link sharing application that I think is built on EOS, or the crypto is on EOS. And in my case, I use the Everpedia.
Right.
And I don't know, Mike, if you consider these two as EOS in the EOS ecosystem, Everpedia and EOP.
Everpedia, absolutely. I believe they run a private chain, right? So they're using the EOSIO protocol, but it's not on EOS. And I don't know the other project you're talking about.
About Everpedia, I think that work in a private chain, and the token are run on EOS blockchain public.
Yeah.
To my knowledge.
And a lot of the apps I've seen, I mean, I've used a lot of apps on EOS, but they're things that the EOS community uses because they're special, because we want to see stuff on EOS. And I don't see like an app that brings an entire ecosystem. You know, DeFi brought all these people who were, if I'm a tech cowboy and I want to play with money, I go to Ethereum. And I think we need a market.
I also take a look in the Upland game, NFT game, and I thought it was really good looking, and I'm not playing that. You should pay and not, but I think it's a good project.
Sorry,
Upland
I
have
just,
a use case to use directly his fund for the gamer and the user generally.
Wagner, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you correctly. Upland. I totally know that project. I'm sorry. I was hearing you wrong. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Upland, but the other project I mentioned was EOP.
EOP? Could you put that? Could you spell that in the chat? I'm curious to look that up. Okay, I'll check that out. All right, well, we have almost, we're approaching 10 minutes. We have 11 minutes left. Do we want to take an initial vote here? We kind of have multiple approaches here, and we have 10 minutes to come to consensus. So what are we thinking about that?
Unfortunately, I missed out on 5 minutes while I was troubleshooting Zoom.
Well, I'd love to receive a vote to get into the second round and leverage the knowledge I have of the community and the relationships I have and awareness of the ecosystem to make that decision at the next round. As Dan says, I won't be becoming a chief delegate, so I'll only be promoted one level. But I definitely want to make sure the best projects and best people are elevated to the top. Wagner, anything you want to add, or Zachariah?
I think I don't have question.
All right.
And I have a question for Zachariah. Are you a developer?
I am developer before they are many years in JavaScript.
Do we seem about half split on marketing versus tech, the tech side of things? Is there any way we can resolve the consensus there? Any questions you guys have of us, the marketing folks, if you will? I don't have any more questions, but I'm curious if you guys have questions that for us.
Can I give you an example? Couple days ago, Cointelegraph, and news published about EOS. You see, they say basically they say EOS not decreasing, it's dropping, it will dropping EOS.
Right.
If check this tweet, RB's quickly answered this. Quickly answered this. Actually, we are doing this. If we don't make, we don't do this, nobody do. People just look news and they see fat news.
Actually, Wagner, I'm curious. You asked a question of Reject that I would ask of you. What do you see as the biggest barrier that needs to be dealt with in EOS?
In my case, it was that I should pay to have the account.
Yeah.
I started with the free, like Everpedia and Yoop was free to use. And I only was motivated to open an account when I want to participate in EdenOnEOS.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know, but this group, it lasts until the next election. The election is held with a time frame. Do you know?
Yeah, by default, it's 6 months. And if the community grows quick enough, we can always have another election sooner. But for now, it's every 6 months.
And then the group will rearrange it and randomly.
The next election time?
Yeah.
Yeah, the next election will be a complete repeat of the process from scratch.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
And I want to declare my vote.
Okay.
Is
You
it
can do
okay?
it. You can do that. Yeah, I mean, you can say it here, but you can do it in the portal as well. So open up the portal and have the election page open, and you can vote in the election page.
My vote is for Mike, and I agree with his idea of the main thing to do now is to help to build applications. And the marketing, I think the marketing could be in another step. And I think it's a good idea to promote the EOS or translate for other languages, but to have the depth and attractive is, I think it's a good idea to start. And I vote for Mike, and his experience in Clarion could help because he knows how the community is born and can help our group. I think it's will be a good choice for the first leader of our group.
I appreciate that, Wagner. Thank you.
So
All right,
Mike,
I want to make sure everyone has their election page up. So does anybody not have it up? Wagner, I want to make sure we all know how to vote. So go into the election page now and vote, and you can see the votes.
Okay, I have it.
Here's the link in the chat if anyone needs it.
So Mike, sorry if I missed it during the beginning. And I know we're in the last couple of minutes here.
Right.
But yeah, I think we're on the same page. I just wanted to ask you, what's the first initiative you're looking at to attract developers to the ecosystem?
To attract developers, it'll be tools and hackathons. We're developing stuff like contract pays. We're also developing the blocks, what we call blocks to browser, right? To take a diffuse stream, take a subset, even of that stream. Diffuse stream is a subset, and we're going to further subset that so that the data is in the browser and easy to pull. And with that, that makes development crazy simple compared to RPC calls and all the mess in the background. So we're looking to make a tool set that makes web development easy and document that so that that's very accessible. And then after that, I think the perfect combo, well, one of the good combos I've heard is hackathons and events where Eden members can get together and ecosystem members can get together, but we're also benefiting the community or the ecosystem by developing apps. So I think it's a really cool combo to connect and build the relationships we need, but also to make more apps. And I'd love to see Dan and the engineering team at Clarion and the people who are still at Block One have them be there and help out and document. I'm huge on documentation and examples because you create a couple of those and we have talented engineers. It's just still a little esoteric. And so getting those examples and that documentation out there allow people to build from there. So that's.
Well, you got my vote, because
Okay.
I'm probably biased because I've been a software engineer for yeah.
All right.
Can't disagree with you.
Well, I appreciate that. And I've talked to Rob. Rob was one of those early people I had a couple conversations with that helped a ton. He's the reason we're on Notion, among other things. So appreciate what you guys are doing. All right, well, I suppose at that point it's a split and I'm the tiebreaker here. So let me vote. All right, and we need one more to come to consensus. So is there anything that we're 3-2 and we need to move one vote? And we only get representation if we do that. So what?
I have a question.
Sure.
Mike, for Mike. You is a developer or other contributor of EOS?
Not to the protocol, but I worked at Block One and was part of building Voice, and now I'm part of building EdenOS.
Okay, you have a building Voice.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so our meeting I think it's going to automatically end at the end of the meeting time because we're limited to 40 minutes. So 30 seconds. Any other questions or any other? All right, beautiful. We have consensus. Thanks, guys. I would love to stay in touch. I love these conversations. We always have great conversations. So please do stay in touch, reach out to me. And I'm probably going to follow up with each of you. I need to learn more about bees. Wagner, we should chat. And JP, I haven't met you yet on the Detroit team, but I should meet more of you guys too.
Sure.
All right. Well, it's great meeting you guys, especially from so many countries. Pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you.
Goodbye.
I appreciate that.
Great.
See you in the community room. Jump back to the community room, everybody. The link is up in that first tab in the election screen.
If someone, feel free, if someone wants to make a group in Telegram just for our group,
Definitely.
and to invite us.
That would be awesome. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks.
See you in the community room.
See you.